We are excited to have you all here, representing Kerala's vibrant startup ecosystem. This session is about unlocking innovation, inspiring entrepreneurship, and connecting with leaders to drive transformative change.
We have with us Mr. Anoop Ambika, the dynamic CEO of Kerala Startup Mission. Under his visionary leadership, Kerala Startup Mission has emerged as a catalyst for innovation and entrepreneurship, positioning Kerala at the forefront of India's startup ecosystem.
May I invite Mr. Anoop Ambika for the introductory remarks and the lead talk in this startup conclave.
Over to you, sir.
Good morning, everyone. I think we are all ready to wind up and go home. Huh? The last day of the conference. How many of you have been around for the last 4 days? 3 days or 4 days? 4 days, okay. How has the conference been? Huh? Fantastic. Marvelous. Okay. So what I'll do today, I know that it's the end or the tad end of the conference, and I want to use this opportunity to talk to all of you and tell you about why you should consider starting a company. That is my job, to sensitize, motivate people to become entrepreneurs. ഇതാണ് നമ്മളുടെ ജോലി. അപ്പോൾ anybody who doesn't understand Malayalam? Okay, quite a few people. 2, 3. I'll probably try and mix and match a little bit so that, So we, the regular path that a science graduate or a science student that I've seen taking is teacher's path or a researcher's path. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. In the career opportunities, what are some of the career opportunities that you guys are looking at? I mean, the people in the audience can tell me. What are you planning on doing after your postgrad or PhD? Anybody? No ideas? No plans? Yes? Good teacher, good scientist. Okay. So teacher, scientist are two options. Anything else? You're from outside Kerala, right? Where are you from? Maharashtra. Okay. Anything else? Any other options that you guys have after your PhD or after your post-graduation or postdoc? What are you planning on doing? Huh? No, you can't keep on answering. You got your chance. You can say 1, 2, 3, whatever options you have. Is it because I'm here? You're saying this? Value-added products in marine. Okay. So that's, at least I'm glad that there is one person who said that they want to start a business. So let's give a kudos to that. Anything else? What else are people planning on? Teacher, scientist, business. How many of you want to work for the government? Only 3 people. How many of you want to work for the private? How many of you want to work? Then where are you going to work? If not private, if not government. How many of you want to go abroad? Okay, that's not that big a number. Anyway, so I just want to tell you that, what I have seen in the past, and this is when I started the company. In 2003 is when I started my first company. I keep telling this story to many people. I went to the statistics department in University of Kerala, Kariyottam campus, And I told the HOD that I'm planning to start a company and I would like to hire statisticians. This was in 2003. So he said, so what are you going to do? So I only had a vague idea that I wanted to start a data analytics company. So I said, we will do some analysis of data and we would want to have statisticians who have got experience in SPSS or R or SAS to come and join us. And his immediate question was, Ningala etta roo kodukkum? And I said, sir, we'll probably pay around 8,000 rupees to start. And his immediate response was, ഞങ്ങൾ പൊതുവെ ഈ അപ്ലൈഡ് റിസർച്ചിൽ ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് വലിയ താല്പര്യമില്ല. We are all about theoretical research. That is what we would want to do. And I was a little taken aback. I went to University of Kerala because that is my alma mater. I graduated from University of Kerala, so I wanted to take people from University of Kerala. Then after that, I went to Cochin University of Science and Technology, where Dr. P.G. Shankaran, who later became the Vice Chancellor of the university, was there as the HOD. And he immediately caught on to the opportunity and gave me like 20 students who studied MSc in statistics, MSc in applied statistics. And out of the 10 people that I hired for the first company, 8 of them, I think 7 of them came from Cochin University, a few from Nirmala College, Muattura. I don't think I hired anybody from University of Kerala. I got anyone from University of Kerala. So my experience so far about the STEM graduates or STEM postgraduates or STEM PhDs has been that when I ask them, they take the regular route of I do a BSc, I do an MSc, I do a PhD, a JRF, a postdoc, probably go abroad, teach, or become a scientist in one of the research institutes. Theoretical research or abstract research is something that we cannot run away from. I totally agree with that. But I think if a percentage of you should start thinking about applied research. And that is what also then translates to enterprises, commercial enterprises, which will create wealth for the society, which will solve problems for the society in the near term. I'm not talking about long term, wherein you invent something and then that changes the world. I'm not talking about that. But I think at least 30% of the researchers that we have in our system should actually convert themselves into being applied researchers who will look at the problems that are around you and try and solve those problems and try to create enterprises out of that problem. So that is what we are trying to do as part of the startup mission. Dr. Deepu is here. I think as part of my team, I only have one PhD. So we are not a bunch of PhDs that we have here. But we use Deepu to the maximum extent that he gets the respect of the other
So
PhDs
this mineral
and,
supplement, so many people are reluctant to take because of
so
the
what have we
gastric
done so
irritation,
So one of the
headache and so many other problems. So actually as
good
part
things
of
or a
National
good
Nutritional
exercise
Policy,
that I've
government
seen
has
happening
is supplying through
was
different
our
schemes to
experiment
schools
with the
and all.
MG University.
But
We have something called
students are not
Research
taking that
Innovation Network
tablets
of
and
Kerala,
all.
a program
So
that
I
we have
did a
defined,
research on
which
that.
will enable
Just 1
translational
year back I
research,
have
which means that
completed.
if you
I
have
have developed a
research
protein
that has
bound
got a
iron,
commercial
and
potential,
I tried
which
that
is now
in
at TRL
flavored
level
milk.
5 or something
There
like
was
that,
no
will help you
sensory
get to
problem also.
TRL
So I'm thinking
7 or 8
if it can
and
be
try
given
to convert that into a product. That is what we wanted to do.
If it can,
So
if
as
it
part of
comes to
that,
the
one of the
market, then that will be a
exercises that we
solution
did
to a
was,
big problem.
with MG University, Dr.
So you
Radhakrishnan and his
essentially,
team,
if I were to look at it from a
was to
layman's
engage
perspective, you will eventually
a
have a
cohort
protein
of
powder
people
who
available
were
on the
researchers
stores
who
or
had
to
the
the schools,
potential to
which will
translate the
solve the
product.
problem of anemia. I think we got 18
Actually, I thought of
researchers
protein
who
powder
worked with us.
initially,
Dr.
but
Ramchand
recently I
was,
saw a
one of the
study in
expert
which
committee
that the
members
protein
who
powders cause
evaluate-
dehydration.
Right.
That's why I tried after my research only I did this flavored milk
So
work.
how will a person consume this? In what form? It will be a tablet or a...
What I'm thinking is if I'm supplying this in powder form, they can mix that in just like how some
Okay,
instant.
flavored milk, you told me. Okay, so
yeah.
in the form of a flavored milk or something like
And
that.
this flavored milk also, it has a stability up to 9 days to 10 days.
Right.
So further studies, I think a little bit need to be done. And bioavailability also I have done actually in animals and the hemoglobin.
Where are you, ma'am? Where are you from?
I'm from Kerala Veterinary and Animal Sciences University, VKIDFT.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. So I think we looked at two problems. One is anemic children or anemic people. The second one is plastic degradation. Any other issues that you can think about? Or anything that you can relate your research with? I'll listen to one more if there is any. Yes? I know you have started a company.
Yeah. Okay. My name is Agil. So I am representing Nexus Park, a drone-based solution. So we find out a problem for the drones. They can't fly too much long hours, or for a battery problem. So we have found out a solution. It's like a swappable solution for the batteries, can be implemented in the drones. And we are completely working in drone and researching in other purpose, like for different purpose also. So as if now we are find out that technology can be swappable batteries for the drones.
Correct. Thank you.
Yeah, thank
That
you.
is, I think, a major problem because drones are largely used for multiple use cases right now. Drones are used for surveillance, drones are used for delivery, drones are used for pesticide administration, drones are used for early detection of pests. Several applications of drones are coming up as we speak, and one of the major problems that we have is the flight time of the drone. And the flight time of the drone can be exponentially increased by two things. Can anyone think about how? We want the drones to fly, let's say, half an hour more than what they do today. How can we do that? Huh? It can become lighter, which means it directly translates to what is called material science. If you can develop a new material that will help the drone to fly for a longer time, the weight is less, then that is an opportunity that you have in front of us. The second one, that's what he told about, right? So you need to have better batteries which will power the drone for a longer period of time. Design is another thing, yes. If you can have an ergonomic or a, I don't know, how do you call that? You have a design that will, what do you call that? Aerodynamic design, a better aerodynamic design, then the drones are going to fly for a longer time. So think about it. You have a design opportunity, you have a material science opportunity, you have battery tech opportunity that is coming right in front of you, which will help the drones to fly for a longer period of time. So that is how your thought needs to be refined. Because people often think that startups are all about IT and apps and software and all that stuff. No. It is about science, right? It is about science, it's about mathematics. You have all these discussions about OpenAI and DeepSeek and all that stuff. Do you think it's really only software? What is it really about? Why did neural networks was in place since 60s? Why this sudden surge of all this OpenAI and AI and LLMs and all that stuff? Why do you think that happened? Automation? Democratization? Yes. Why did it suddenly happen? 2020 it suddenly happened. Everybody was asking questions to GPT. GPT started answering. Why? Huh? What capability? Exactly. So in 2017, Google published a model or a paper called Attention is All You Need or something. That was the name of that paper, which was a basis for what is called transformers, which is the basis of everything that is happening around us. And that paper was, people were able to translate that paper into applied research or in OpenAI because of the computing power that was available. And that computing power was primarily came from what? Where did that computing power, which company provides the most amount of compute now? NVIDIA. And that is called, the processing units are called graphical processing units, which was originally actually created for rendering, movies or VFX or animations and all that stuff, but it actually served the purpose of another thing altogether. And now NVIDIA is the most valuable company in the entire world because of the semiconductor innovations that they were able to make. So imagine what happens. The mathematicians actually came up with a model. The electronics or the material science people, there is a company called ASML. How many of you have heard about it? Have you ever heard about a company called ASML? Anybody? What is ASML, sir? Yeah, because it's important. It's the only company in the world which does what it does. There is no other company and nobody has heard about it. Can we have a, yeah. Is there a mic here? Yeah. And I want you to listen to this company, what it does. It's important.
Taiwan-based chip-making company.
Where?
Taiwan.
Taiwan. Okay.
It produces most of 97% of chips for even Intel, Samsung and other.
You're talking about TSMC, I think. Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Corporation. No, I'm talking about ASML. Anybody has heard about ASML? Anybody has heard about photolithography? Physics ആരുമില്ല? Okay, what is photolithography?
Actually, I heard about it. I don't know the exact scientific terms. Yeah, photons is etching into the surface of the material based on the silicon surface.
We can say light. It's about the usage of light to create electronic circuits. The minute circuits that is required for the smaller chips can only be created through the application of light for creating such circuits. And you can learn more about it. The advanced method by which these circuits are made is mastered only by one company, which is a Dutch company called ASML. And ASML is the only company in the world which does that with perfection. And America will not allow China to have access to ASML technology because they are afraid that they will reverse engineer and find out how this is being done. So what I'm saying is, now we talked about what? We talked about material sciences. We talked about battery tech. We talked about lithography. We talked about biotechnology. We talked about mathematics. We talked about semiconductors, right? So startups are not all about IT and apps and, all that stuff. The real high value will get unlocked when you use science to solve the real problems. And that is where applied research becomes very important. Incremental innovation becomes very important. And the quest to create an enterprise or a commercial organization becomes very important because somebody needs to incentivize all this. And money is one incentive, all said and done, right? The thrive to change the world is one. Yes, you want to make an impact, you need to create a legacy. You also need to create wealth in that process. You need to do that here in India. You need to have good innovations coming out of the researchers in India. And that is how Kerala is going to become a knowledge economy that we all want it to be. And that is where we can help you. If you think about it. Think about what you're doing. Think about how you can translate it into something. It might look like a moonshot problem, or you know what, I might not be able to do it because it's only for the Stanfords and the Harvards and the IITs to do it. No, that is not the case. 70% of the companies that is working out of the IIT Madras Research Park, whose valuation is now around 60,000, 70,000 crores, comes from outside of the IIT, not from the IIT. The IITians are all going abroad. All these companies have been founded by people from outside the IIT, which means that you really have got this opportunity to translate your research into something commercially viable and create a lot of wealth and value for the society as well as yourself in that entire process. If you have such an idea, please come to us. We will help you through multiple organizations. Dr. P.V. Unikrishnan is here from KDISC. We have Kerala Startup Mission. We have got the RINC. We have got the translational research centers and the digital science parks that are coming up under the auspices of the Science and Technology Department. We have, Sudhir sir, we have around 20 organizations that work under science and technology in Kerala right now, or more. How many organizations do we have? How many research institutions do we have under? 8. Okay. So we have 8 organizations which are working under multiple areas. In addition to that, we have organizations like Sri Chitra Tirunal Center, CTCRI, CPCRI. I have seen at least like 20, 25 organizations. I'm told that there are 125 organizations in the state which is working on research and development. We want to take at least a minuscule of it and translate it into commercially viable enterprises. And I hope that this will become a start for all of you to think about it. If you need finances, if you need access to money, I will stop there. I have met with Dr. Seema from CMET one of these days. And she was actually laying out examples about how a women researcher would be able to get access to up to 1 crore in grants between the central and the state financial or engines that they have created. So you could get up to 1 crore in funding if you are a women researcher to translate your idea into a commercial enterprise. And our job is to help you find those resources, help you with the money, help you with the labs, help you with the business, help you with the infrastructure in which you will be able to set up, etc., etc. And we will try to do that to our best. So please, introspect yourself about the research, and I hope that today is going to be a transformational day where at least 4 or 5 people who are sitting in this will become entrepreneurs, and we'll see some value coming out of it. Thank you so much for listening in. Oh, by the way, I forgot, Deepu has given me a note. There is a Center for Microbiome that has been established under the auspices of Science and Technology and KDISC. Microbiome, I have done a little bit of work about the lung microbiome in the past. There is a gut microbiome. There is a lung microbiome. The and probiotics, you must have heard and seen about this in all these supplements that are coming to you in the recent past. The power of microbiome is huge, is what I'm told. It can be used in multiple applications. So what we have done to support Center for Microbiome, I'm part of the Scientific Advisory Committee. We have hired 5 interns, We have hired 5 interns. All graduates who have done their biotechnology or some, degree or postgrad in life sciences. And over the last 3 months, and the only thing that we ask them to do is that do not think like a typical research, mindset, with a typical research mindset, wherein you believe that you will be supplemented with money infinitely, right? Think about it from a commercial perspective. So we told them that find out ways in which economic feasibility can be established around this center. And they have gone ahead, they have done a little bit of networking, they have done a little bit of research, they have found out what is the training opportunities that are available, and we have curated a list of problem statements that they have come up with. And we are going to do a microbiome hackathon, which is probably going to be one of the kind in the science and technology field in the coming days. And we want you to popularize this. This is going to happen on 5th March 2025 at the Kerala Startup Mission in Kalamashedi office. And the Ideathon, we have 5 specific problem statements, each from human, plant, animal, aquatic, and environmental microbiomes. And I need a little bit of help from all of you to popularize this in the research institutes that you come from and have them actively participate in this Ideathon. And personally, I believe that this could be a great start for the Center of Microbiome Innovation activities. Thank you so much for your support, and thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for your insightful talk and also for announcing the Microbiome Conclave and Ideathon. Those who want to register, please visit the stall number 7 of Center of Excellence in Microbiome in the Startup Expo. So now I will invite Professor K.P. Sudhir, Executive Vice President, KCST, to present a memento to Mr. Anoop Ambika as a token of our gratitude and appreciation.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are honored to witness the exchange of an MOU between KCST and Kerala Startup Mission.
This collaboration aims to promote research-driven innovation, entrepreneurship, and technology commercialization. By leveraging the expertise and infrastructure, this partnership will foster translational research, establish innovation hubs, and strengthen industry R&D collaborations, positioning Kerala as a leading global hub for science, technology, and innovation excellence. We invite Professor K.P. Sudhir, Executive Vice President, KCST, and Mr. Anoop Ambika, CEO of KCM, for the formal exchange of MOU. We also invite Professor A. Sabu, Member Secretary, KCST, Dr. Sharon B.M., KCST, Dr. Deepu Krishnan, KCM, to please come to the dais. Thank you so much, sir.
Now we move on to our first session, the panel discussion on building a research-based entrepreneurial ecosystem.